Time Out, the best of the city.
This is a Ralph original.
When someone says, how was Sophie when you interviewed her, I say, well, she clearly had a Hammersmith soul.
Kind of in need of a bit of modernisation.
Yeah. Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever. My name is Joe Macketich, the editor of Time Out in London, and you're listening to Love Thy Neighbourhood, which is a podcast in which we walk around. Why do we do that? Well, not only to save on sky-high studio fees, it's also to provide a much-needed USP in the overcrowded podcast marketplace. With us as we wander around London each week is a famous person that has chosen 4 locations in one area. And the area this week, Chizzy Wizzy, let's get busy, it's Chiswick. Yep, that's right, waving over at Richmond from the other side of the Thames. Chiswick is, I'd say, maybe a bit less leafy and genteel, maybe that's fair, than Richmond. Still a very, very lovely place. I think the name Chiswick does relate to cheese. There was some sort of Anglo-Saxon cheese connection. These days, it's also the kind of place where you can imagine artisan cheeses being sold. Other things that are sort of very notable about it would be William Hogarth, he of Gin Alley. His name is all over this place. He really made it his ends. And also Alexander Pope, the poet. There's also, these days, a fairly thriving sort of mini arts scene with a very nice little cinema, a theatre, a couple of galleries. By all accounts, seems a very, very nice place to live. The person who's brought me here is, I think it's fair to say, UK pop royalty. She's been famous for about 25 years, I'd say the turn of the century, which is quite amazing. Anyway, you cut it. It is, of course, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, who surged into the public eye in 2001 with her album Read My Lips. But before that was the singer in an indie band, which I do remember actually, called The Audience. Since then has released tons and tons of music, I think 8 albums, including one this month called Perimenopop, which has, I think, shot to pretty much the top of the charts, if not the very top. I think high enough that you could still call it the top, relatively speaking. She's also done Strictly Come Dancing, all that sort of stuff. She's not done Taskmaster, like many of the other guests, but I did notice that the Taskmaster house is in the vicinity of where we're currently standing, somewhere in a sort of garden somewhere. So that's interesting. Anyway, very nice to be here, out west. If I sound slightly diminished, it's because I was up all night with a fairly vigorous bout of food poisoning. Hopefully Sophie's got the energy to carry this forwards. I don't want to let the side down. Let's go and find out. Sophie Ellis-Bextor, where are we and why have you brought me here?
So you are in Chiswick town right now. You're being a Chiswick chap. And I've brought you to Four Leaf, which is a little coffee truck inside of Wheeler's Garden Centre. You're in nice proximity to the tube. Did you come by tube?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you're happy about that, probably.
It was the unloved District line.
I love the District line best of all.
It might be only you that feels that way.
Well, actually, even TfL don't want me to talk about it because I did a little clip where I sang on the tube, just walking through the carriage, just me and a friend, and I posted it and I tagged TfL saying, I love the District line, and they made me remove it.
Oh, wow. Well,
so they don't even want the love.
I'd
But I
say-
still love the District line. I grew up 10 minutes from here. And you're going to learn so much about me today. I'm sorry.
Oh, can't wait. No, they are pretty, they're quite spiky, because we deal with them all the time at Time Out.
Unusually
so I've got to
so.
be nice.
Why? They should bloody love people talking about the tube. I'm actually such a tube lover.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to speak my love loud and proud.
What are your top 3 lines?
Okay, did you know that the District line is the one that's the most above ground of all of the tube lines?
No.
So that's one reason to love it. So when you said the unloved District line, I beg to fight its corner. You get more open air, you get more nice scenery. And then after that, I'm probably going to go Piccadilly because as a local girl, I would get the tube in, if I'm going into central London, change at Hammersmith, off you go, Piccadilly.
Nice.
Straight line in. The shortest distance between any 2 tube stops is Leicester Square and Piccadilly Circus.
I think maybe Leicester Square and Covent Garden. I hate to mansplain the tube.
Oh, I really want to look it up now.
Well, we'll find out in a minute.
Covent Garden, really?
I think so. It's only one stop over, though. I wasn't correcting you or anything. It was just...
Maybe that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. It's also the most expensive transport journey you can do in the world for distance.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can believe that because you
Yeah.
could walk it in like 5 minutes, couldn't you?
What was your third favourite line?
I'm going to go Victoria Line, which is a bit controversial because I know it's also insanely hot a lot of the time. They've got really bad ventilation on there. But I just like how nippy it is to get straight through the middle of London.
I'm a Victoria Line boy.
Okay, so I said the right
it's
one.
London grit mixed with Japanese efficiency. No other line is as reliable these days. Train. You know what I mean? It's incredible. Yeah, it's a bit rough around the edges. Some of the tunnels are in a frankly alarming state of disrepair.
I hate the shrieking that goes on when the
Bakerloo line as well
tracks
suffers
don't-
from a bit of shrieking.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, if you need to get somewhere, it'll take you. And there's something really honest about its route, you know,
Yeah.
from Brixton up to like Walthamstow.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah. In any case, though, we're not in any of those places currently. We're in Chiswick.
Just I'm always happy to talk about the tube.
You-
Anyway, yeah, Four Leaf. I was talking about Four Leaf. It's always really important, isn't it, to know where you can go from your front door to get a really good coffee.
Yes.
And so Niall, who is working here today, this is his business. And Niall was working a little bit further out Richmond way and then set up this truck here. And this has become my haunt. And just before the summer, my husband Richard and I also took a hand in the business, which is really nice because it feels like a really lovely thing to be part of.
It's also in a flower shop,
Yes,
which is
exactly.
very
We're in a
idyllic.
garden centre, yeah.
Surrounded by
This is-
poppies and peonies.
I know. So you really get to see the seasons change. And when it comes to Christmas time, this is where we get our tree.
Oh, yeah. How much do you reckon a tree costs in 2025?
Well, they're quite pricey, but we do get a kind of like 8-foot.
An 8-footer.
Yeah.
I did that once in a fit of madness, and it was just it was inappropriate. It was just about okay with the ceiling, but getting rid of it, I had to sort of throw it out the window in the end. It sort of hit the ground with a sort of satisfying explosion. Also,
Yeah.
full disclosure, if I seem ever so slightly subdued, it's because yesterday I suffered a severe bout of food poisoning
Oh, you poor thing.
at night.
Oh.
So usually I think my energy levels would be, I'd say, 10% more vivacious than this.
Okay.
But I feel like a bit wobbly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally understand that. And
That's
that's very sweet of you not to cancel, actually.
No, I would never cancel. The show must go on, as you know, as a showbiz professional.
You came straight back to the glitter mine.
Yeah. Is that what
Immediately.
it's called, the glitter mine?
That's what my friend
Oh,
calls
yeah.
it.
It's much darker.
Showbiz.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for going on stage feeling ropey? A bit vommy?
Touch wood and all that. It's never happened to me.
Amazing. Yeah.
Actually, that is.
I remember an interview with Metallica where one of them was like, your body just puts everything related to functions on hold.
Dr. Theatre. That's what I call that. That's my mum's term. Dr.
Theatre, who has his clinic in the glitter mines.
Yes. So Dr. Theatre basically means the adrenaline does. I mean, I've had it where I've definitely been not very well. And there's just something that kicks in when you're on stage and you just kind of, you're so in the moment. And then I had like a nasty cough cold, boring, but when I'm on stage, I was fine. As soon as I came off, like within 5 minutes, I think absolutely terrible. But I just think you can put it all on hold. It's true. I agree with the Metallica person.
Yeah. The Dr. Theatre's got powerful medication. If I could get a bit of that today, I'd be very grateful.
I think you've got it. I think it's what's
You think
happening
so?
to you right now.
Okay, good.
That's
It's
why
good
you're
to
here.
know. Yeah. In terms of this area, I
Yeah.
did notice that like there is a kind of cultural scene. You know, theatre. There's a cinema, art gallery. Did you ever play sort of gigs around here?
I don't think I have actually. The closest gigs I've played around here would be places like Bush Hall, which is just down towards Shepherd's Bush, or Shepherd's Bush Empire. But for me, when I was doing my first sort of grassroots venues, it was all at the time of the Camden scene, really. So it was all those pubs and around like King's Cross sort of way, like North London seemed to be
The
more.
Water Rats, was that
Yeah,
one?
definitely Water Rats. Yeah.
And this is pre-dance, Sophie. This
Yeah,
is
this is
more
90s.
rock girl, the audience.
Yeah, that's
Which I
just when,
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like when I was a teenager, exactly that 90s indie.
That's incredibly young to be sort of part of that scene. Was it kind of a bit alarming?
Probably, but I didn't really know to be alarmed by it. I think it's
I
more
was-
alarming in retrospect.
I was there at the time, and I just remember there was an element of like grottiness about everything. with
Yeah.
that scene, the venues,
I think it's,
the
yes,
bands themselves.
sink or swim culture, I would say. It was
Yeah.
quite, you had to really just find your armour, put it on, make sure it was buckled up tight, to get
Yeah.
on with it.
Was there a particular venue that you sort of look back on most fondly from that era?
Well, actually a lot of them, because as a passionate music fan, I couldn't believe I was playing the places I'd read about in the back of the Melody Maker and NME, and I would scour people's touring, where the venues they're going to, I'd see all those places. So
Yeah.
I think for me it was actually really exciting.
Yeah.
And even then I realised as well I was quite lucky to be a Londoner, because it meant that it was all kind of on my doorstep, and
Yeah.
I felt like it was quite a epicenter of something at that time, really, because that's when labels would go out and watch live bands and scout that way
Back in those days.
back in those days.
Yeah. It's
Crazy, really.
Yeah, these days they simply look at TikTok.
Yeah, and
I
what your
assume, I
numbers.
don't know.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it's streaming, and you can build. It's different. There's advantages to that for artists and bands, but I think it's just a different landscape.
Yeah.
How's your coffee though? Have you actually tried any?
Yeah, I've been sniffing it sort of
I want to know if
optimistically.
you like our coffee.
Has this whole experience turned you into a bean snob?
I'm someone that's not too much of a purist, but
Right.
I also don't want to waste my one coffee of the day, as it is usually,
Yeah.
on something bad. But my husband and my brother are really into their beans,
Yeah.
so I know that that's good coffee.
I don't want to be reductive along gender lines, but I would say it's more of a typically male thing to give so much of a shit about, like, beans and the roasting and getting very nerdy with the apparatus.
I love the nerdiest. I find it really fun. I mean, Jack, my brother, literally travels on tour with scales
Yeah.
and the little grinder and
Like a drug dealer.
yeah, and I'd make fun of him over it, but then I also ask him for coffee recommendations in whatever city we're in, and he always can find the place that's followed online by the other places that you're supposed to
Right.
like. And he also does running, so he's very much feeding into the whole thing.
Is the coffee connected to the running?
Actually, a lot of coffee shops have running clubs, so yeah, there is definitely something there.
What? Do they?
Yes, really, really, really. So they'll do like a Friday morning coffee running club, and then they'll have merch that has like a running coffee cup or something. There's loads. I swear to God.
A coffee cup with little bendy arms.
Yes, exactly that. You can see it in your mind's
Yeah.
eye.
I also thought with the running clubs,
Mm.
a lot of these people, male and female, look like they've put a lot of effort into their hair and whatever else for a running club. And I wondered, was there a kind of romantic aspect to it? People meeting each other? It's like a sort of...
Oh, I see.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I think if you're someone that's really passionate about something like that, then you quite like the idea of someone else that would be also sharing your same passion.
And maybe it's just something that's different to bloody Hinge and all of that, you know?
Yes. I know my brother's been on a date where they literally went on the jog together.
Oh, well, that's good, yeah. Is there like an element of like one-upmanship where you're trying to get a better time than them, or is it like...
That comes
is it,
later.
Is it gallant? Yeah, yeah. Competing for time. On that bombshell. Should we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, it's Liv Little.
It's Miranda Sawyer here, and we are the hosts of the newest culture podcast out there. We have notes from The Observer.
As writers, we give and take notes all the time. It's part of the fun, especially when it comes to culture. But now we're sharing our thoughts on the most interesting stories dominating the zeitgeist.
No headline skimming here. We promise to give you the insightful takes, plenty of debate, and a recommendation or two.
Listen to new episodes of We Have Notes every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
So where exactly are we at this point?
So you're now on Turnham Green Terrace, and what's really cute about this bit is it's lots of independent shops, which I love. So
Aw.
we've got a nice fishmongers, a nice butcher, a nice fruit and veg place, loads of delis, some wicked charity shops.
That's good.
I like the fact that it's not a particularly cool area, but it just kind of has everything you need. And it's nice and green, like we'll be able to get to the river later. I can go where I need to go very easily. And actually with the kids, it's really happy place to bring up children. There's lots
Because of
things
the
to do.
green and all the activities.
Yeah, there's just lots of stuff going on. We used to live off Portobello, and that was so fun. I loved the community, but when I was on my own with like a little tot, I just found it harder to find places to go with him where I felt like we would just lose ourselves a little bit, and I've never really had that since we've moved here.
We have arrived at our second location.
have.
Do you want to say where we are?
Okay, so I really hope that you like this. This is our local sushi place, and I think it's excellent.
Makoto.
Makoto, yeah.
Well, I love Japan. I love sushi. What I don't love is food poisoning, which
I
I've
know.
recently
Well, I
had.
didn't know
so-
that when I booked it for you.
No, it's not. How could you know? That would be
But
weird.
the rice will be good for your tummy. I think just have rice.
Okay, let's
and
give that
maybe
a go.
tofu.
Okay, famous last words. Let's give it a whirl.
Oh, jeez. I like a bit of risk with my lunch.
Oh, hey, thank you very much. Can I ask a very quick fame question?
Oh, yeah.
Just when we were outside chatting, which was very nice, hearing about Chiswick, there was just a bloke who just decided to stop and stand and stare, like directly in front of us, which didn't seem to bother you at all.
Well, it's quite conspicuous, two people with microphones, I think. People are interested in that kind of thing, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
It's not about me.
So it's my fault.
I don't know if he was necessarily like, oh, it's that singer.
No.
Maybe he was. Maybe I should go back and quiz him.
I think he
How
probably
many of
was.
my songs have you streamed?
We are here in Makoto now.
Yeah.
Why do you like this place so much?
Oh, it really is just delicious. Our whole family loves Japanese food anyway. We got a takeaway from here on Friday night, actually.
Back so soon.
Well, we had it on Friday we just got home from being away for 2.5 weeks, and it was a family vote of what takeaway should we have. And this one quite often comes up tops.
Wow.
The kids love sushi. They really love it.
How many people are voting in the family vote?
Well, we're 7 in our
That's
family.
that's a lot of votes to count.
No.
You ever worried about a hanging chad or some sort of
Oh, it can go
tampering
wrong.
with the...
Well, yeah, I've had it go wrong where I've done different takeaways from different places for different people. Like, oh my God, never again.
Yeah, that sounds disastrous.
Yeah, it's stupid as well.
But this, it's got a lovely vibe. Wooden
It's really
walls,
cute. Yeah.
chalkboard at the back showing the specials.
Yeah, it's really good.
What are you going to go for?
I might have my usual, which is the sushi sashimi lunch. So like the set one. It's the most food.
Yeah, 5 kinds of fish, 13 slices of sashimi served with rice. I might do the 7 kinds of nigiri.
Nice.
This was a great idea to come here.
Ah, cool. And I feel really responsible for your experience today.
Spinning plates.
Yeah.
That's your podcast.
That's the one.
And spinning plates is about working in a circus.
Sometimes. I have
Right.
interviewed someone who worked in a circus.
No, it's not. It's about balancing responsibilities.
It's about, I interview working women who happen to be mothers.
Okay.
So one of them actually did work in the circus. She worked in Gifford Circus. She was a horse acrobat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law trained as a horse acrobat as well.
Wow.
That's really
So
impressive
physical.
stuff. Yeah. She's physically, she's really strong.
Wow, you'd have to
Yeah.
be. So the lady I spoke to, Amelia, it was with her husband. He's called Tony. He's one of a long line of Tonys. They've all been horse acrobats going back to like the late 1800s or something wild like that, something like 12 generations. And they had a baby together, a little boy, also called Tony. He was only tiny. He was like in a little high chair sort of thing, but brought up backstage at Gifford Circus, traveling around. And sometimes her and her husband would have arguments like during their routine on the horse. Just wild other life.
Okay.
But yeah, I love hearing about, I think I'm a bit obsessed with people's career choices and what work means to them. But also for me, when I had my first baby, it changed everything so much, and I had to kind of recalibrate what felt like the bit of work I really needed to do and which bits I kind of wanted to maybe weed out.
Yeah.
And so I think having conversations with other women who've done the same thing has really helped me give myself more permission to dedicate to the things I care about and lose the things I don't.
Knowing when it was appropriate to give up the horse gymnastics. But
Well, to be honest, I will sit there and think, what is the craziest job I can think of someone doing? And then I'll be like, right, now let's find a mother within that.
Yeah.
It's been everything from, scientist to artist to a forensic pathologist. I'm curious.
oh, everyone loves a forensic pathologist.
Oh my God, honestly, she described how she does autopsies and I found it fascinating.
Yeah, I think it is
Absolutely
fascinating. Who else have you got in mind in terms of jobs?
I'd love to talk to an astronaut.
I was about to say astronaut.
Yeah, I'd love that, because also sometimes the people that go to the International Space Station will go away for 3, 4, 6 months. So imagine I have to go away from my kids for work, and it's always a tug. It's like the hardest aspect of my job. Imagine if you're leaving the planet for months and you've got small people you're leaving behind. I know that you have to do it as a family, but how do you deal with those emotions? I think that's fascinating. Stunt woman, I'd also like to do. I found one, so hopefully I can. I like women who have been in high, like CEOs and entrepreneurs and leadership roles. So people who've been prime ministers, this kind of thing. That's always interesting.
Liz Truss.
I've spoken to Helle Thorning-Schmidt. She was the former Danish PM.
Okay,
And
better
she
than
was-
Truss, I'd say.
She was really interesting because she actually changed the working hours for everybody that worked in government, because she was like, obviously, I want to go home and see my teenage kids, but other people might be caring for a relative, they might have a pet, they might just have plants or a project they're working on, but everybody needs to have their whole life be part of their working life and be recognised and not be a slave to the working hours. And I thought that was... I mean, Denmark's very sorted, so it kind of made sense.
Yeah, I'd say almost enragingly sorted in terms of they've got it good, those guys.
They're Norway. Norway has I think it might be 40% of CEOs in Norway are actually female, and they have one of the best gender equality situations of any country
bet
on
they
earth.
do, the
I
Norse,
know,
yeah.
and actually, like, they're
I
in the
bet
top
they
5
do.
best places to live.
Yada. Norway. Do you know what? Like, good for them. But, you know, for the rest of the world, no, we don't live in this lovely, Scandi, blissful paradise. We've got real problems. I feel like in this country, this might not be true, but I've certainly heard it. There are more CEOs called Andy than there are female CEOs.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, but do you think it's because the corporate environment is still ultimately one where, you know, being a mother doesn't gel with it at all?
I don't think it's about motherhood. We still have a long way to go with women feeling that they can always assert themselves in a workplace, and yes, that if they do have a 360 life, that they're allowed to work out how to best utilize their time. But I don't think it's necessarily to do with mothers. For me, the mother aspect of my podcast is, well, firstly, it's a way to break the ice because it's a common ground, but also just on a personal level, it's just helped me navigate those things. But I think when it comes to women in the workplace, I think that's a more general
Yeah, I suppose
topic.
so. Oh, Sushi's here.
Yeah, I might just pop this one down. Oh, thank you, sorry. And I think that the difference is, and I obviously have it firsthand with Richard, thank you, when he's promoting, Richard doesn't get asked questions about who's got the kids while you're away.
No, of course, yeah.
So you've got to navigate that.
Is that because there's a sort of element of kind of like novelty to it where like this person's a high-functioning pop star,
we're still quite traditional, very used to what's quite typical roles, and it's still got aspects of taboo if you're a mother that's not always present for everything at home. And I've struggled with it myself because I also want to be a really good mum. Like, when everything is said and done, that's the thing I care about more than anything else.
Yeah. Okay, well, the sushi's just been set down in front of us. I'm going to steel my nerves and try and settle my stomach. I should point out, I do genuinely love not just sushi, but all Japanese food. Just at the moment, maybe it just presents a certain challenge that I'm not used to. Anyway, let's tuck in.
Yay, I'm ready.
You've obviously experienced success in a sort of quote-unquote traditional way, and then also success in a sort of TikTok-y way as a result of Saltburn and other things. Do you think the way that something like TikTok promotes music, does it make songs famous or the artists famous, do you think?
I think that TikTok, I really like it because for me it's like, I think it's led by people, and people love music because it helps them soundtrack and celebrate and put a flag in the sand for marks in their life.
Yeah.
And that's why it annoyed me when there's a sort of monetization of music through TikTok and like labels getting petulant, because I think it's more about how people still adore having music as part of what their world is. And it's...
Wait, what do you mean by that?
I mean... It's like if you go home from a night out and you and your mates are singing a song at the top of your voices on the way home.
Yeah.
That's what the music is in TikTok. It's going, this music encapsulates that mood, or
Yeah.
I want to celebrate that bit, or this song takes me back to that, or I want to do that dance trend because it looks like fun.
Yeah.
It's a community and it's a celebration of something, and it's an echo of what music is doing. It's not a music platform in itself. Right,
yeah. But do you think that has an overall sort of like positive or negative quality?
Positive. I think it's all positive, really.
Yeah.
Because...
Wow, some big hogs just went past.
Yeah, I think it's all positive. And it's part of youth culture as well. And that's...
Yeah.
Music and youth culture have long been happy bedfellows, haven't they?
Yeah. I feel like you're a very positive, optimistic person, and I can't imagine you taking the bait, which I'm carefully laying out and saying that something's bad. But it must have been surreal to experience that sort of like surge in sort of like TikTok attention when that film came out, or was it just completely normal?
It was neither. It was actually just completely wonderful. I found it so exciting and happy. And the thing, especially in my music world, I'm a pop person really, so pop music is all about energy, and those songs always want people to play with them. You know, they're like puppy dogs, and so people engaging with songs is what gives vitality and lifeblood to pop music.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really cool. And it's the nice thing about last year was, firstly, I was no other expectation. I could just go, oh, this is wonderful, without it needing to mean anything more than that. But also, it's like a brilliant example of how what I do can surprise me. And I've always found that very addictive. I've always loved not knowing what's around the corner.
Well, you've created a very sad mental image of all the pop songs
I know.
That aren't being given the energy and the attention that they need. And
But maybe they are. I mean, I think some of it's big.
Yeah.
And then some of it is like on the European tour, just before the band and I would go on stage, we would play this song called Like an Eagle by a guy called...
Oh, I know Like an Eagle.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like an Eagle. Okay.
Yeah.
So that guy... Dennis Parker.
Yes.
He gets
Rest in peace. I think
yes,
he's dead.
I know. He's dead quite a long time ago now. That song is awesome, and I like it's quite an unusual song, and it's like not everything needs to be, top 10 streaming, does it? For you to have that enjoyment, and everybody's probably got songs like that in their collection where it's like, everybody loves this one, but actually, do you know this one? And I think that's all good, and it's like it's all valid, and it's all worthwhile.
Yeah, the video for that song I think really helps contextualize it, and he really gives it some welly. His performance when he's kind of walking around
I
in New
actually
York.
love that you know that guy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm slightly obsessed with him, I have to say.
I do have a small surprise for you.
Go on, Em.
Which is a small quiz. A quiz that I prepared based on four early dates in your life and career. I went back through the Time Out archives with Anne, the archivist, and looked for things that happened in London on those dates. And see if you can correctly answer these questions.
I just disclosed I'm a little bit clueless, but
I
let's
think
go
it will
for
start to become clear soon.
Okay.
Born April the 10th, 1979.
Yeah.
That week, the American playwright and dramatist Paul Giovanni had a play on called The Crucifer of Blood in the West End. He's more famous for creating the score for what iconic British horror film?
Oh.
From that same era. It's a biggie.
It's a biggie.
And you wouldn't expect the soundtrack to come from a New Yorker.
Oh, this is great. A big British one, though. That's kind of
big
throwing
British.
me a bit.
The score is very famous.
Of course, my brain's just going to all the scores of things that are definitely not British, like Halloween and stuff like that.
Give up?
Go on then, yeah.
It's The Wicker Man.
Oh, I love The Wicker Man.
Yeah, so that's sort of creepy Scottish folk score. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, when she's dancing around in the bedroom.
Sneaker Pimps sampled that in something. It was really cool.
It does sound quite Sneaker Pimpsy, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's a little bit trip hop before its time. And we have Paul Giovanni to thank for that, and a native New Yorker.
Amazing.
The second
You're right,
date.
because it's such a British
It's
film.
so British, yeah.
Great movie. God, what a good film that is.
Yeah, so good. August the 17th, 1998, debut album with the audience comes out. Why were London hospitals that week offering ravers 10 quid for 2 hours of their time?
I don't know, to do tests on ecstasy and stuff
That's
like that?
exactly right. Yeah, the long-term effects of ecstasy. Interestingly, but in this issue, they actually have the review of the audience's album.
Oh, I bet it's terrible.
Well, this is the weird thing. It's good. But
Weird,
that's not
anyway,
weird.
that is
But
weird.
the weird thing is that, they almost, in this very sniffy way, apologise for liking it.
Oh, that sounds right. We were not liked.
That's so bizarre.
When I was writing my autobiography a few years back, part of it I was looking back through some of the press, and oh my God, they were I mean, we got so...
Yeah, it's
it was
funny, the
not
tone of
easy
voice.
time.
The tone of voice is so weird. It's like...
Awful.
It's like, do you know what? This is actually all right.
I
Funnily
should
enough.
find for you, the enemy review of my first ever solo gig. It's laughably cruel. And
Why?
and I'm singing songs like Murder and Take Me Home and stuff I still sing.
Yes.
And it's like...
I mean,
at one
you got
point
the
it said
last
something-
laugh there.
Well, that's quite satisfying. But there's one bit where it said something like that the crowd only clapped after the songs to stop themselves from falling asleep. I mean, it's
Oh, my
awful.
word,
And that
yeah.
I sounded like a lobotomized something or other. I mean, it's just it's so bad.
I mean, you can take some comfort in the fact that none of the people that wrote those reviews probably can make a living from music journalism anymore because it's no longer a viable industry.
Oh, I'm so sad about that.
Yeah, I mean, that part of it is, I guess that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, the tone of the review is absolutely weird. August the 14th, 2000, this is when Groovejet If This Ain't Love gets the number one in the charts. Interestingly, the issue of Time Out has Guy Ritchie on the cover because they'd just released Snatch.
Oh, yeah.
But the previous issue we were discussing also had Guy Ritchie on the cover because he just released Lock, Stock. So your careers have been sort of weirdly intertwined. Which now defunct Belgian restaurant chain had just opened a beerodrome.
Belgo's.
It's Belgo's.
I used to like Belgo's, you know.
You said that with such fondness and such
Yeah,
warmth
I
in your
had some
voice.
Nice restaurant experiences there.
What
One
was
in
it?
Camden, I seem to remember.
Yep. I think the Camden one was also called the beerodrome.
Yeah.
Buckets of mussels.
It was quite an unusual thing at the time. Lots of chrome, lots of pipes.
Yep.
You could see the people working in the kitchen, fruity beer. All right now.
What's not to like with
Yeah.
Belgo's? Bring it back. The last question. September the 3rd, 2001, which is Read My Lips, obviously.
Oh,
that
yeah,
comes
yeah.
out then.
Yep.
Why was getting home from a night out suddenly a lot safer this particular week when your album comes out? It's not
Oh.
connected to the album, by the way.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Just because my pop music had soothed everybody's temperament.
Yeah.
Safer. Is that when Choose went 24 hours?
No, I think that was a little bit later. It's also connected to transport, though.
Okay. I don't know.
It's from then that minicabs had to be registered. Because
Really,
before
only
that,
then?
you could just hang out outside of a
Jeez.
nightclub.
Yes,
and
of course. And there'd be people going like minicab, and you'd be like, okay.
yeah, it's mad to
Oh,
think that
no.
was allowed.
Also, I probably got in those cars sometimes.
Well, I think at the
Absolute
time,
dope.
loads of people did, yeah. And obviously, sometimes it was
Luckily lived
fine.
to tell the tale.
Sometimes it wasn't. But, thank you very much for playing what I call This Is Your London Life. By the way, is this the third location?
Yes, we're in Ravenscourt Park now. So what that screaming you can hear is the children who are in that school just over the wall there. But this park, this is always a place I think of as like a really significant place for me because this park has kind of been there for me through so many chapters of my life.
Right.
So I've played here with like my brother and sister. I used to bring them here when they were, learning to ride a bike and like playing in the sandpit here. And you know what it's like in parks? A lot of it is exactly the same.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And
Do you want to
walking
paint a picture for the listener?
Yeah, so we're walking in through one of the corner gates. This is the bit of the park that's for younger kids. So there's a little sand pit. There's going to be some swings we'll see around to the side in a minute. There's a little paddling pool.
Lovely railway tunnels as well.
Yeah, so cute. And it's autumnal, so everything's beautiful colours. I opened my A-level results just literally the other side of that paddling pool, sat in a 4 with 3 of my mates. We all sat in a big square and went, okay, go, and opened our...
What did you get?
I got an A and 2 Bs, which actually I did
Whoa.
not deserve because I was very, very distracted.
Absolute nerd. What were the subjects?
English, history, and history of art.
Not even easy ones. I thought you were going to say some sort of easier subjects. No, nothing but respect for academic prowess on this podcast.
I honestly, though, did not deserve it because I'd already signed a record deal and I was also gallivanting with my boyfriend. So I
So
was
when
like
the
really distracted. I just,
Teachers were saying things like, you're going to need to apply yourself, and you would turn around and say, I literally don't need to do that anymore.
I didn't mean, I wasn't conscious, but I think the last bit of my schooling, I was like, I kind of ready to move on to the next bit. I was in a hurry.
But you persevered,
One
you
of
got the
those
results.
kids in a hurry. Yeah, I was going to finish, but all my mates went to uni and I didn't. And at first I was like, I'm so clever, I'm off on tour. And then when the band got dropped when I was 20, I was like, oh my God, wow, I've managed to screw everything up so quickly.
Was it really just in the course of like a year?
Yeah, it was so fast.
That's amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah, like
Well, and you
18
thought
months.
like, oh, I've sort of ballsed it
Yeah,
up
that's
now.
it. Yeah. I thought I was like the Fonz, like the Henry Winkler when he's too old to be a kid anymore. I was like, oh, I can't even go to university now.
Yeah,
Absolute disaster.
just like trying to give like sort of like singles and CDs from your band that
Yeah,
was
I
dropped
was
to people
like-
in the pub.
Yeah, I was just like, oh God, I'm going to be one of those tragic people where I'll be like, oh yeah, I was in a band once. Yeah, I was signed to Mercury, didn't I? I was like, oh no, I'm tragic. So young.
I had no idea it was that. I mean, luckily, Mr. Groovejet was just around the corner
Well,
with
it
his offer
did
of
change
help.
my life. It
Yeah.
really did. In everything. Not obviously like commercial success, yes, but
Yeah.
also just opened my eyes to possibilities.
Well, anyway, we need to tear ourselves away
Okay.
and move on to our fourth location.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to go to the river now.
Well, we're walking right next to a lovely dual
Sorry, this
carriageway
is a
now.
horrible bit of
No, it's
road.
fine. This is what
We'll
London's
be
all
away,
about.
We'll be away from it in a minute.
No, I don't mind at all. We're now approaching an old school underpass.
They've actually done some quite nice artwork in this one.
Oh, it's peeking around the corner now.
Yeah.
I can see flowers. I can see
Yeah, it's
shades
pretty.
of pink and purple.
Cute.
This has made this underpass 10% less terrifying, I would say, if you were here by yourself
A passable underpass.
at night. I think that would be a good feature for Time Out. It would be London's 10 most terrifying underpasses. There's definitely a lot. I'll tell you, an underrated terrifying one is under the BFI IMAX in Waterloo.
Oh, yeah.
Because it connects to where the tube station is, but it's got like blind corners, no mirrors.
Also, I always feel like I'm going the wrong way in that place.
Yeah.
I never
yeah,
feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
It's like Tartarus or like a labyrinth, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're just wandering around it forever.
Exactly. This is quite a controversial build, isn't it?
I was going to say.
Flipping awful, really.
What would you even call
London Heart, Hammersmith Soul. I mean, what meeting was that?
Yeah, someone's
Come
getting
on,
fired for
guys.
this. Surely.
What even is a Hammersmith Soul?
Well, you know it when you see it.
I don't want it.
That is actually an aberration.
London Heart,
Nah.
Hammersmith Soul. I just love when they try and make Hammersmith into that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm
it's
going to
so
say
sweet.
when someone says, how was Sophie when you interviewed her? I say, well, she clearly had a Hammersmith soul. Sort of a bit
Kind of in need of a bit of
dilapidated.
modernisation.
Yeah.
Transient.
But this is nice. This is
Yeah, here we go. Come on.
much nicer
Lord
than that
Love a Duck,
building.
he's London, he's Thames.
Proper Thames. Yeah, that's nice.
Hammersmith Bridge.
Because Chiswick's like in a kind of little nook, isn't it? It's in a sort of meander of the Thames.
Yeah, and actually the river is gorgeous.
So who are we looking at across the river there?
So down that way is Barnes. Yeah,
So-
and I recently spoke to, for my podcast actually, Mudlarker. So she'll
Oh.
come along to the Thames and find all the little treasures that have got washed up. And not far from here, we had like a printing press, and there were these two chaps that started a printing press, and then they had a falling out, and they had a font. One of them didn't want the other one to get it, so he threw all of the font into the river. So sometimes you find little bits of the...
Oh, petty. Yeah. That's good. That's the sort of like feud we like hearing about. We have arrived at our fourth location. Do you want to say where we are?
So we've come to the river ostensibly, but there is a pub that I've brought us to because it's a great location. So this is the Dove. It's a pretty historical pub. Inside there's something on the wall about a song that was written here. I think it might have been... Is it Land of Hope
Is that
and
it?
Glory? It's
Oh, no, there's a
something like
poem.
that. Anyway, you'll see it. But at the back, there's like a little terrace where you can see the river. So
It is also a Fuller's pub, and they're kind of synonymous
Yeah.
with the area,
That's
aren't
true,
they?
that's
They've been here
true.
for hundreds of years. They also own Coach and Horses in Soho, which is a very famous sort of journalists, boozer, and like people like Peter O'Toole used to get sort of carried out of there. So yeah, I always feel fondly towards a Fuller's pub. If it sounds like they're paying for this podcast, they're not. I'm just literally talking. Should we go in?
yeah, let's go and have a look. I hope we get a nice spot.
Oh, there's the song.
Rule Britannia was written here.
Yeah, it says on the wall that Rule Britannia was written here. A song which is not without controversy these days. Some of its latter verses are a bit peppermint, aren't they? They don't get sung so often. Anything about enslavement and cruelty and whatever, you know.
Yeah, what does it even rhyme with?
Yeah. That's why it's controversial, because it's hard to rhyme
Terrible rhymes.
conquest with anything. But this is a lovely pub. It's actually...
It's very sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, if we were out the back, you'd see the river as well. Which
Well,
is
maybe
nice.
at the very end we can pop out.
Yeah, I'll
and
show you
have a
outside.
little look. But we've got a
Yeah.
roaring fire on the
I
go
know,
right
which
next
is
to us.
actually really sweet.
Yeah. Presumably, because of your background with the enemy/melody maker people, you were a pub person in London for a while.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's impossible to be part of that scene and not have spent loads of time in pubs.
It's also where like meetings used to happen. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I used to always meet with my manager at that time.
What was the pub, do you remember?
Yeah, the last meeting we ever had was at the Spread Eagle pub on the Tuesday after Groove Jet come out on the Monday. We met for a meeting outside the Spread Eagle, which is was a halfway up Parkway. And he's a very nice man, and I still see him around sometimes. But he said, "I wish you all the best, but I can't manage you because I don't really understand why you've done a dance track."
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when the song charted at the end of the week, I had no manager, no label. It was very stressful.
Did he email or call the week after and be like, do you know what? I've had to think about it, and I think I do understand dance music now?
Actually, to his credit, he said, "I wish you all the best," and
That was it?
yeah, have fun, sort of thing. But
How much did he not understand dance music music to the extent where he was like, I'm just going to have to walk away from this really successful thing because it's just noise to me.
Yeah, he just didn't really understand that world and just thought, I think this is where we part company.
But did he think you'd made a bad decision? Is that why he did it?
Possibly, but I don't think he was being mean about it. I think he just genuinely felt like, I don't know how to help you with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think, because up the year before that, after my band had sort of fallen apart, I guess there wasn't really much to manage. So he maybe just thought, okay, now you've set yourself on a different path.
Yeah.
I'm going to back away. But I did find it quite stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Must have been quite disorientating. Was it weird? Watch this segue.
Go for it.
Was it weird during lockdown? Obviously, you became sort of very, very famous quite quickly during lockdown because of the kitchen discos, which if you don't know what they were, it was just you sort of filming yourself and your family having a fun time.
Yeah.
Whenever everyone was like locked in and no one could do anything.
It's like a 20-minute party on a Friday night at 6:30 where I'd sing some of my songs, some covers, get dressed up, just try and let off some steam, if I'm honest.
and I think you were doing that like pretty early.
We were.
Yeah.
As it happens, yeah.
Maybe like the first like 2 months of lockdown, maybe even less, which is pretty early to be realizing that kind of stuff is what was needed.
Well, I think we went a bit like loopy quite quick because we had an earlier lockdown than the nation one, because I don't know if you remember, but the beginning bit was if anyone in your family had a cough, they would come home and then everybody had to be home for like 10 days or something.
So you got into lockdown before anyone else?
Yeah, so we were a week in and then the national lockdown started and I was seeing all this stuff online and people performing, and a lot of it was quite serious and quite earnest.
Do you remember what was it, Imagine, being sung by them? It's a classic. I love that.
Yeah, but even people that were doing more like tender and sweet things, I was like, oh, I'm a fool. I should have kept doing my piano lessons. I can't accompany myself. I'm just a singer now with no band and no gigs. Like, this is agony. And I don't think I'd realised as well what my gigs give me in terms of my own mental space. You know, I just recalibrate. It just helps me. It always has. But I didn't know that in that way until it was gone.
That's crazy that you wouldn't have known up until then, because you would have done so many gigs and so many tours.
But I think it was just always there. So I just never really questioned. You know, it's like another thing I didn't realise was, you know, you mentioned about going to your corner shop. Well, for me, going and getting coffee every day was something that helped me. So I'd go in, I'd chat to the people working there, I'd get my coffee. So when that was closed as well, like all these little details, it'd be like, all the punctuation marks actually really counted for something. So when Richard said, why don't we broadcast you doing a PA, like a party set, you can sing some of your songs, and I was like, that's going to go down like a lead balloon, but I actually have got nothing else we're doing, so let's try it. So when we did the first one, I finished it and said that I think that's been the end of my career. I literally said that at the end of the first disco, because I was just
Why would you think that?
Because I just thought maybe I'm doing what I need.
Did it feel too silly?
Yes, and I was in a sequin catsuit and the news was so heavy, and I was like, maybe people are going to be like, that's so insensitive, that's so superficial. But I just knew what I needed. I was like, I need something silly and fun because my brain is being weighed down by everything else.
Yeah, if I could be so bold as well, I think maybe it was the combination of the silliness with someone who previously was never really thought of as a silly person. Do you know what I mean? It was like, but I think
depends how close you've been paying attention, I guess.
I guess, yeah. But often your outgoing persona wasn't one that like did like lots and lots of silly things. So
and I was also very private. I'd never done anything in the house, like nothing of that. But it just felt like a very different time, didn't it? Anything that had gone before felt completely irrelevant. That's how I felt anyway.
Yeah, I mean, no one knew when it, or even if it would end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was
a lot, wasn't it?
It was a lot, but yeah, thank you for your service, your lockdown service. It meant a lot to a lot of people.
It meant a lot to me and Richard too, definitely. I don't even know if the kids really remember it, but for us, it meant a lot, and we channeled a lot into it, and I always felt better afterwards.
Oh, really?
Always, every single time. It was like a tonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do Like an Eagle at any point?
Oh, I didn't know that song then.
Was pre Like an Eagle? Oh, that's a shame.
I actually only discovered Dennis Parker last year.
Okay, so it's recent.
Yeah, pretty recent.
Yeah.
But no, and then I would learn the lyrics, and I'd be doing all the things you have to do, all the domestic stuff and school. And then it would be, awful. And then I'd be like, okay, but now I'm going to learn like the whole rap to, I don't know, Get Off by Prince or whatever. And
that's a hard rap as well.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's how does it start?
I'm going to put this in a way so as not to offend or unnerve. There's a rumor going all around that you ain't been getting served.
Yeah.
Something about a little box with the mirror and a comb inside.
So
And then I'd say,
slide.
and then I said that Get Off was about, because the kids were obviously on the room, and I was like, this is a song about when I want to go on the climbing frame at the park and I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
Get off.
Do you-
There's 23 positions in a one night stand. Yeah.
I remember as a kid, someone, I think it was like a family friend, who was it, explaining the lyrics of that song to me, age 8, but doing the same thing and saying it was about something completely different. And there's all these lyrics about, you know what Prince is like. I haven't got to tell you.
It's pretty raunchy.
He's a raunchy man. In any case, it's been such a wonderful day.
I'm glad we finished with Prince.
Yeah, it seems apt. I'm glad we finished with that. I'm glad that I wasn't sick. I'm glad that we had some nice lunch. That was very good as well. And thank you so much for just showing me where you've lived for generations.
I know. This is it. There's nothing more to me now.
Yeah. I should say as well, people in the past, in episodes where they've done around where they lived, have got in touch afterwards to be like, oh, would you mind actually not mentioning that that's where I live? So if that is the case, we can do an alternative ending now where I don't say this has been so nice to be, do you know what I mean?
I think it's quite easy to find out where people live, isn't it?
Could be, I don't know.
I mean, I've turned on like the Christmas lights in Chiswick. It'd be.
I suppose, yeah.
And also with the park, I know I said I walk the kids to school, but there's about 5 or 6 schools that are all in that vicinity.
Yeah, keep guessing, stalkers. Yeah, this is
I just think if you want to find out stuff about people, it's just really not that hard. I literally, like, 4 Leaf, the coffee place,
Sounds
I've
almost like a
posted about
challenge,
it.
like you're issuing a sort of a dare. Come and
think-
get her if you think you're hard enough.
I just think more that it's actually probably easier
Yeah.
if you're going to do it. So I don't think this will be the penny drop moment.
Okay,
But
yeah.
maybe I'm wrong.
No, yeah, I hope you're right. Anyway, yeah, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, thank you so much.
If I'm wrong, I'll be the one being sick.
Well, that was Sophie Ellis-Bextor's Chiswick. I almost forgot the name of the place there. We are standing on the banks, once again, of the River Thames. Nice day, as you'd expect, with a member of Pop's royal family toiling down the glitter mines for the benefit of all of us. She does have her 8th album out now, which is Perimenopop, and she's touring that and is doing really well. Also, follow her on Instagram and all of that. If you want to hear more from us, do subscribe to Love Thy Neighbourhood, the Time Out podcast, brought to you by the very, very fun people at Ralph, and audioed into existence by Dave at Big Signal. That's pretty much it from me, as the winter appears to be drawing in. Hopefully, see you again next time. Until then, love thyself and love thy neighbourhood. Cheerio.
London. What's it all about? Endless roadworks, click-clacking line bikes, rush hours from hell, and the less said about the price of a round, the better.
Just tap there when you're ready, mate.
What the
But allow time out to remind you why we love living in London. It's the brilliant cast you've not heard about, the parks you've yet to explore, the surprisingly decent open mic nights at your local comedy club. We make it our life's work to unearth the most brilliant bits of the city and serve them all up to you online. Whether you're in the market for a meat-free meal with your mates, an unforgettable cinema experience, or a night of highbrow fun at the theatre, we've almost certainly got you covered. And it's not just London. We also hunt out the best and most underrated spots in cities all over the world. Check out our latest and greatest recommendations at timeout.com and follow us on social at Timeout London.